You are not here by accident. Just let that sink into your spirit for a moment. If you've been feeling a powerful, almost spiritual pull towards someone, a love that feels held back by distance or the cold grip of fear, then it's no coincidence you found this message. This is a divine appointment. The angels have something urgent to share with you because the confession your soul has been aching for, the words you've prayed to hear in the quiet of the night, have finally been brought into the light. A long silence has been broken. A deep truth has been revealed, and your name was at the very heart of their confession. What they said wasn't just a confession, it was a prophecy coming to life. It was a public declaration designed to change the entire spiritual atmosphere around you. Stay with me, because you won't believe what they said, and more importantly, what this means for you now. The time of waiting is over. Section 1. The divine premise and the secret unveiled. The message from the angels is so clear on this. Your arrival here wasn't an accident. It's a moment of what they call divine timing. For so long, you've felt this connection, this invisible thread tying your heart to another person. You've questioned it, haven't you? You've doubted it, and there were probably times you even tried to cut that cord, but you couldn't, because this connection wasn't woven on earth. The belief is that it was decreed in the heavenly realms long before either of you took your first breath in this lifetime. Heaven has been on your side from the very beginning, but there's been a barrier, a wall of fear. And this fear, beloved, wasn't yours. It was theirs. The person your soul recognizes has been living in a beautiful but terrifying state of conflict. Their days were filled with fleeting thoughts of you that would bloom into long, lingering daydreams. Their nights were haunted by dreams so vivid they'd wake up with your name on their lips. They best say they saw your name everywhere, heard songs that seemed to tell your story. These weren't just coincidences, they were heavenly reminders, little nudges from their guardian angels, trying to give them the courage to act. They've been loving you from a distance, silently celebrating your wins and aching through your trials. But they were so afraid. They were afraid of how huge their feelings were. A love so profound, it was intimidating. They worried they weren't worthy of a connection so pure. They worried about what other people would say. Friends, family, anyone who couldn't possibly grasp the spiritual depth of what they felt. They were afraid of rejection, not just from you, but from the life they knew, because they understood on a soul level that loving you would change everything. For a long time, they chose silence. They chose what they thought was the safety of distance. Ecclesiastes speaks of a time to be silent and a time to speak. Their season of silence was a necessary, though painful, time of preparation. Spirit has been working diligently behind the scenes, healing the heart of the one who loves you. They needed to face their own shadows and understand their own worth before they could ever stand before you and offer a love that was truly whole. Their silence was never a sign of indifference. In fact, it was proof of how powerful their feelings were. It's easy to talk about small feelings. Soul-level connections often leave us speechless until heaven itself gives us the words. And the angels are confirming today that the spiritual season of silence is officially over. The divine call to confess finally became too much to bear. They couldn't carry the weight of this unspoken love for one more day. The dam has finally broken. Section 2. The public confession, detailed. I'm being shown a vision of the moment this breakthrough happened. It wasn't some grand, staged event. It was beautifully and divinely ordinary. It took place in a public setting, a place where they were surrounded by people, maybe friends, co-workers, or even family. A place where they were expected to keep their composure. The atmosphere was normal. The conversations were every day, but all the while, a storm was raging inside of them. Maybe someone mentioned your name in passing. Maybe someone asked them if they were seeing anyone. Or maybe it was simply a quiet moment where the sound of their own heart became louder than any voice in the room. In that instant, every fear, every doubt, every logical reason to stay quiet just dissolved. A holy boldness, one they didn't even know they had, rose up within them. They stood up, or maybe just shifted in their seat, and the energy in the room immediately focused on them. There was a change in their eyes, a tremor in their voice that demanded attention. And then they started to speak. The words just tumbled out, not rehearsed, but raw and drenched in absolute truth. The essence of their words was this: "I have to say something," they began, their voice thick with emotion. "I can't pretend anymore. There is someone, and I need to talk about them. Their name is your name." A hush fell over the group. The angels show a stillness so profound you could have heard a pin drop. This wasn't gossip. This was a holy moment unfolding. "I feel like I've loved them for longer than I've understood what love even is," they continued, their eyes looking far away as if seeing you right there. "It feels like my soul knew them before I ever met them, and I've been running from it. I've been terrified of it. I've let fear rule my actions, and I've kept my distance and stayed silent, and I was a fool for it." Tears might have welled in their eyes, but they weren't tears of sadness. They were tears of liberation. "I can't stop thinking about them," they confessed, their voice growing stronger with each word. "Every victory feels hollow because I can't share it with them, and every struggle feels 10 times harder because I'm not facing it with them. I've been celebrating them from afar, watching them shine, and pretending it didn't affect me. But it does. It affects everything. People have told me to move on. I've told myself to move on. But how do you move on from your own heart? How do you walk away from the one person who truly sees you and isn't afraid? They are the most brilliant, resilient, and beautiful spirit I've ever known. And in this vision, they used a word that was so telling. They said their spirit is something they're holy. By now, the shock in the room had melted into a palpable sense of awe. The people listening were no longer just friends or colleagues. They were witnesses to a sacred testimony. "I know there's been distance and fear, and I need you all to hear this. Most of that fear was mine. The timing wasn't wrong. My courage was just late. This isn't some crush. I believe this is a soul-level, divinely orchestrated connection, and I am done running from it. I'm done being silent. I love them. I love your name, and I don't care who knows it anymore. In fact, I want everyone to know." When they finished, the silence that followed was different. It was heavy with significance. The atmosphere had been permanently shifted. A truth was released into the world that could never be taken back. In this vision, your name was spoken with honor, reverence, and with a love that had finally found its voice. The angels are pausing this revelation here for a sacred moment. This is for you. This public confession wasn't just for them to find freedom. It was for you to receive honor. This message is your personal invitation to step into that honor. The universe is waiting for your response. If you're ready to receive this public declaration, if you're ready to accept the love that has been spoken out loud for you, I want you to go to the comments right now and affirm it. Type with faith, "I receive this public love boldly." By writing these words, you're sending a powerful signal out. You're declaring that you are no longer available for hidden connections or whispered affections. You are claiming your season of being loved out loud. Let your comment be your prophetic agreement with what heaven is revealing. And section 3, the spiritual justification. What has been described is not merely a romantic event. The angels are emphatic about this. This was a holy confession, a prophecy being fulfilled. It was a moment where the spiritual realm seems to have broken through into the physical in a stunning way. It speaks to the spiritual truth found in Luke 8:17. For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. Think of that scripture, this connection. The love held in the secret chambers of their heart was the hidden thing. The fear and distance were the veils of concealment. But heaven has decreed that the time for concealment is over. This love was meant to be brought into the light, not just for the two of you, but as a testimony to faith and divine power. This confession can be seen as the culmination of spiritual promises. In the spiritual realm, there is no time as we know it, only divine timing. Every moment you waited, every tear of frustration, every prayer you whispered into the darkness, it was all part of this perfect timing. It was allowing them to grow, allowing you to strengthen your faith, and allowing circumstances to align in a way that only a higher power could orchestrate. The universe has been guided to conspire in your favor. Spirit has been working diligently, not just in your heart and their heart, but in the hearts of those around you, preparing the ground. This public confession was like a seed of truth, planted in the soil of public opinion, and it is meant to bear the fruit of honor, respect, and acceptance for your union. Don't mistake their past hesitation for a lack of love. It was, in fact, a sign of its depth. You don't fear a shallow stream, you fear a powerful ocean. Their feelings for you are an ocean, and they had to learn how to swim before they could invite you in. Their confession was them finally diving in, trusting that they would be held. A love that is divinely guided has the power to overcome any obstacle. No force on earth, no opinion of man, no lingering fear from the past can stand in the way of a union that has been so ordained. This public confession was the spiritual equivalent of a trumpet blast, announcing that the walls of fear and separation are ready to come down. Section 4, the aftermath and your vindication. So, what does this all mean for you? It means that the waiting is over. The season of questioning, of wondering, of analyzing every little sign is finished. Clarity has arrived, not as a whisper, but as a public proclamation of the heart. This confession is your vindication. Think of every person who may have doubted you, every friend who told you that you were imagining things, that you should just move on. Think of the skeptics, the ones who judged the connection from the outside without understanding its sacred nature. Their voices are now silenced by this undeniable truth. This public confession was your honor. It was a way of lifting your head high and showing the world the value placed on you. spoken through the voice of the person you love. They didn't just confess love, they confessed your value, your spirit, your light. They defended your connection in front of others and, in doing so, brought honor to your name. This event sends a shockwave through your spirit. It has the power to shatter old patterns of unrequited love, of being hidden, of feeling unworthy, of being chosen publicly. Your story is rewriting the narrative. This can be the moment the pattern was broken. The moment when divinely ordained love was no longer content to stay in the shadows. This is the end of secrecy. This is the death of fear. And it is the birth of a public, acknowledged, and blessed partnership. You are stepping out of the lonely waiting room and onto the main stage of your life, ready to stand with the one whose soul has been calling for yours. The period of private prayers is ending, and the season of public praise is beginning. CTA 2. Pre-conclusion engagement. Your spirit is likely vibrating with this message. You can feel the truth of it in your bones. This is heaven, confirming what you've already sensed. If you feel this monumental shift, if you believe this prophetic revelation is for you, take a moment right now to like this video. Let that click be your prophetic agreement, an anchor of faith you are dropping into this new reality. Your like is a sign to the angels that you've received their message. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. This is your sanctuary for more heavenly revelations and divine messages sent for your journey. Make sure you don't miss the next part of the story heaven wants to tell you. This confession, as monumental as it is, isn't the final destination. The angels are very clear. It is the doorway. It's the grand opening of a brand new chapter in your life. This chapter is titled Acknowledged Love. It's a story of building a future in the light, free from the heavy weight of secrecy and fear. What was spoken in public is meant to unlock what you both will build in private. A partnership of deep intimacy, mutual respect, and shared spiritual growth. The foundation has been laid, and it is solid, built not on human whims, but on divine will. The angels are surrounding you with so much love right now. Can you feel it? A warmth, a peace, a sense of profound joy. They are rejoicing with you. They've watched your journey, they've caught your tears, and now they celebrate this breakthrough alongside you. The waiting is over, dear one. Your love is now known. Your worth is now declared. The game has truly changed. Go forward from this moment, not just in hope, but in knowing. Walk in peace, with your head held high, and prepare to receive the beautiful, open, and cherished love that is now finally making its way home to you. If this message has touched your heart and confirmed what your spirit has been whispering to you, consider sending a super thanks as an offering of gratitude. Every act of generosity is a statement of faith, an action that can multiply the blessing back to you and helps this ministry continue to deliver these divine messages to other souls who are waiting for their own breakthrough. Your faith is seen, and your blessing is on its way.